Un sur rap.fr.
Oh my god, cars.
Je cherche juste à procurer des réactions. Je me comporte avec les gens comme je me comporte avec moi.
Purchase your trap today.
shows on the track.
Rich beats.
Purchase your track today.
The big shows on the track.
Rich beats.
Purchase your track today.
Hey everyone, AI is taking over, so it's really important as a developer for your career that you know how to implement this and what is possible these days with AI. So I created this simple demo app which showcases the top 4 AI features that you probably have to implement at some point. So let's start with number 4 here, OCR, optical character recognition. So if you have an image with text in there, you may want to extract the text from that image. So let's say I have a photo of a menu. So I'm going to upload this photo. You can see it has some text in the photo, and let's see if my app can extract the text from there. So it's going to upload the photo, and after some time you can see we get results here where it shows espresso, piccolos, and then we see some numbers here. Those are the prices. So let me open up the menu photo in a new tab so we can double check if it succeeded, and we can see espresso, piccolo, cappuccino, latte, and then these numbers, the prices. You can see that it has extracted the text from the image correctly, right? And now we can process this further, right? So we can actually do some analysis to see how much the cappuccino is in this place. It's $4, and we can compare that with other cafes in that city, let's say. And it's actually a pretty old school feature. It's been around for a long time, but these days it's done by machine learning, and that's what we call AI. And to make all of this possible, I'm using FileStack here for this upload widget, which I really like, nice design. But then they also allow you to do all of these AI features. So in the code, I have this picker overlay. I'm getting that from FileStack, right? So this is the UI widget, and you can configure that in many ways. I have another video on my YouTube channel about FileStack, so check that out if you want to get the technical details on how to set it up. And then if you want to do OCR on an image, for example, here in the use effect, I'm checking if some file has been uploaded, and then if that's true, I can make an API call to FileStack, and I can use the OCR option here with my image handle, so the ID essentially, and FileStack will let me know what was in that image, right? So then I can set that as state here, right? So FileStack makes it super easy to implement these AI features, and they need to get the word out, so that's why they're sponsoring this video. But let's quickly continue with number 3 here. So number 3 is sentiment analysis, and I'm using an image here as an example, but also works with text. So if you allow your users to create content, maybe it's text, maybe they upload images, you want to detect if it's a positive or negative type of sentiment in there. Maybe you're creating customer service software and you want to detect if the user is very angry or happy, or maybe your users are uploading images like here, maybe on social media, and you want to detect whether they're happy or not. So I actually have some photos of myself here. So this is a happy photo of myself. So let's open this up and let's see if FileStack can detect that I'm happy here. So I'm going to click on upload here, and it will upload this image. And here I get the results. So you can see it has happy 100% and 0% for all of the other emotions. Right now I also have another photo. Let's see if I can find another one. Yeah, so I made these photos because I needed some photos for the YouTube thumbnails, and so you need to do some funny faces. That's what it takes to succeed on YouTube these days. So this was my attempt at a confused face. So let me see if the image sentiment can detect that as well. Alright, so now what I get is confused 94.5% and some small percentages for the other emotions as well, even a little bit for angry. But this is what you can use if you need to detect what the sentiment is of the text or images that your users are uploading or creating. Right, and just to show you how I implemented that, it's the same as before. You have the FileStack base URL and you have the ID of the image that was uploaded. You get that from the upload widget here, and then you can use image sentiment. It's just one API call and you get all of those results. Alright, number 2, image enhancement. So if you allow your users to upload images, what you'll quickly see is that they're going to upload a lot of low quality images. The images are going to be too dark, too grainy, and you want to have a nice quick way of upgrading the quality perhaps. So for example, let's say I have some low quality photo here, or it's just very dark. Let's say that you make it a little bit smaller here. So it's very dark here, as you can see, a photo of some city. I'm going to upload this. So very dark, quite grainy actually, and let me see what FileStack can do with this. So I just uploaded this image, and you can see FileStack has made it a bit brighter essentially, and yeah, I think it looks a little bit better. It's a bit clearer what's going on in the photo. So this image enhancement feature is really powerful actually. They also allow you to upscale images. So for example, if your users are uploading relatively small images or below a certain threshold, you can automatically upscale it. Now typically that would cause very blurry photos, low quality photos, because you're scaling up the image, essentially creating more pixels than it originally had. However, with AI these days, AI can fill in those additional pixels very nicely. To implement that with FileStack, you have the FileStack base URL, right? And then
It's the DP.
On saura point faire. On saura point faire.
Welcome to Hitball, all-in-one media solution center. We offer video converter, editor, watermark remover, voice changer, etc. Empowered with the newest AI tech. Let us record, create, enjoy, share.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount. School fees for your child for a whole year.
maternal mortality is 130 times higher than in Europe or North America. Japanese startup SOAC is tackling the issue head-on. Their app helps prevent avoidable deaths and protect mothers and children. For the full story, visit Kizuna.